Joining me now, Susan Rice, National Security Advisor and former ambassador to the United Nations during the Obama administration. The author of Tough Love. Speaking of tough love, somebody's got to give some tough love to the Oval Office right now, because you just heard what Admiral Giroir said. We're at a critical stage, the worst stage yet of the pandemic. And the same goes for national security. We have the Secretary of State in Israel today, cementing or trying to cement policy, anti-Palestinian policy. This transition needs to proceed, and yet the president fired Chris Krebs on Twitter just for saying that the election was the most honest and the safest in American history.
Andrea, this is the most irresponsible leadership during a transition that I think any of us have seen in our lifetimes, if not in the history of the Republic. Donald Trump has lost the election. It's clear. His legal challenges are failing, and he's running out of rope. And instead of doing the responsible thing, which is to execute an effective transition to President-elect Biden and Kamala Harris, to share intelligence, to share classified information with the incoming team, to do a very professional, seamless handoff between those in the current administration and those in the incoming administration who have to deal with this coronavirus crisis. As Admiral Giroir said, we are at the worst point yet, and it's only going to get worse unless we get a grip on it. This is precisely not the moment to be playing games with national security and with the health and the safety of Americans, given the coronavirus. And yet, from Afghanistan to back here in Washington, D.C. and everywhere in between, they are proceeding in a fashion that is reckless, dangerous, and irresponsible.
What are the broader national security concerns that you and other professionals have about this stalled transition?
Well, Andrea, there are many, but let me boil it down to this. And I've participated myself in 3 prior transitions, both as a member of the incoming team and as a member of the outgoing team. And what you want to do is share information and intelligence transparently. It's virtually impossible for any incoming team to prepare for threats or contingencies if they have no basis to understand they may be coming. And so whether, the current administration, and these are hypotheticals, but let's say they had information on a terrorist plot affecting one of our embassies overseas, or let's say, as we learned in the past, they had information that suggested that a foreign adversary like Russia was trying to pay for bounties on American military personnel's heads or attack American forces in the field. Or maybe they've learned about a mutated new virus, whatever it is. And again, all of these are hypotheticals. These are potential real threats that an incoming team needs to be briefed on, needs to be aware about, so they can plan accordingly and put the health and the national security of the American people front and center. And so there are many different ways in which a transition that doesn't happen appropriately does harm not only to our democracy, but to the well-being and the safety and the national security of the American people.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.